training. Does everybody have a clicker? Anybody need one? Does anybody need one? All right. Getting more boardy like every time. Okay. OSHA regulatory training, lockout, tagout. So we just did lockout, tagout in September, but we changed around our training calendar. So we're doing it again in January. So next month will be a different topic. But all right. So let's test out these clickers here. In which department do you work? Number 1, lamination shipping. 2, mold and grinding. 3, maintenance. 4, management. 5, other. Go ahead and click. Let's make sure these things work. All right, I see my blue light going off. That means you guys must be clicking some stuff. All right. Make sure everybody's in. All right. Good. Glad the clickers are working. So, okay, first shift, obviously, we're going to have a lot more lamination shipping. So, what are we laughing at?
Oscar's translating for.
Oh, okay.
Not very good, but he's translating.
All right. Not very good. A little bit of Spanglish going on over there. All right. So, training outline and discussion. How injuries occur during servicing, types of hazardous energy, the basics, general procedures, and special situations. So, lockout, tagout. That's a technique used to prevent energy from being released during the servicing of equipment. We do this by placing locks on energy isolation devices prior to starting work. Okay. Anyone can perform lockout, tagout?
No.
Come on. Click the buttons. Hopefully this one's 100%. And 3%. All right. Well, most of you guys know this. Okay. Not anyone can perform lockout, tagout. Why do injuries occur during the servicing of equipment? 1, energy is impossible to control. 2, risks are part of manufacturing. 3, people don't lock machines. All right.
That's 3%.
Yeah, that 3% is killing us.
That's how you get that 0 on the wall.
You see why we have 1 injury, huh? All right, guys. So, how are injuries occur? Bureau of Labor Statistics says that injuries occur while servicing equipment. 80% failed to turn off the equipment. All right, that's even before locking and tagging it. They failed to turn it off. 10% equipment's activated by someone else. 5% failed to control potential energy. 5 disconnected the power but failed to verify the effectiveness. All right, you guys seen this video before, but we play it again. Rerun. Yeah, I don't know why it's skipping like that, but cartoon guy do wrong? Didn't follow group lockout, used incorrect tools, entered the machine through the wrong door. All right. Hey. does group lockout?
Molding and
Yeah,
grinding.
all the molding and grinding guys, you guys all do group lockout. Why is that?
You got one process when you go.
Yeah, I mean, you've got multiple people in there, so, you know, you can't open up that lockbox till all 6 of you guys are ready to open that lockbox, so that's a way of keeping you guys safe. All right, types of hazardous energy. So, electrical, pneumatic, hydraulic, mechanical, thermal, chemical, radiation, steam, spring-driven, suspended parts. Where do we have electrical energy? Everywhere. All right, pneumatic.
Everywhere.
A lot of places have it. Hydraulic. What's the big one, Joey? Hydraulic energy. Oh yeah. So the baler. So we got the forklifts. Mechanical. Pretty much everywhere. So mechanicals like rotating parts, things like that. Thermal energy.
Molding.
Molding. Sonny, where do we have thermal energy?
And that one box.
Where do you have thermal
Hot
energy?
roller.
Heat roller. All right. Chemicals. Radiation? We have radiation anywhere?
Yeah.
What?
Microwave.
The microwave? All right. Lock out the microwave, I guess. Steam? Where we got steam? You know, our new lockout procedures aren't ready yet for molding, but there's like 8 different energy sources for the mold cans, so for the mold system. So spring driven.
No.
And suspended parts. Where do we have suspended parts? I guess it could be suspended parts. The mold cans when they're up, you know, that's suspended parts. That's something I'm talking to you guys. So some energy sources can be turned on or off. Others can only be dissipated or controlled. So you know, like gravity sources, you got to put a bar there. You got to put a block there, something like that. So. Which energy sources do you find on the peeler?
Electrical.
Philip? Reactor. Electric? What else?
Pneumatic.
Pneumatic. What's pneumatic mean? Air. Alright. How about the blender? Electrical. What else? Everything's got electrical.
Chemical.
You got chemicals?
Yeah.
Alright. Conveyors?
Electrical.
Mechanical, moving parts, electrical, right? Yep. Grinders.
You
Got a bunch of different sources there too. How about on a semi, Brian? Pneumatic. Anything else? Got moving parts, right? It's electrical too. Got to hook up the brakes, right? So, got to the brake lights, things like that. So, you know, all those are on semi-trailers. So, what types of energy are subject to lockout, tagout? What type of energy does this device control? Is it pneumatic or thermal? All right, hit your clickers. Ooh, 3% again. We got one guy.
One guy.
I mean, that makes sense, but he ain't.
That one guy's probably the one who put George Washington's gonna have 0 minutes. So we got one guy. Sure. Clown show. Alright. So, energy types. So potential energy. What's potential energy mean? Yeah, something. You know, a suspended part, something waiting to happen. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So, kinetic energy, something that's moving, all right? Something that could move is potential energy. Something that's moving, something that could move is potential energy. Something that is moving, kinetic energy. What types of energy do you find? Didn't we just talk about this? Yes. Yeah. All right. I think we already had that one. Rotating gears, or which type of energy?
Mid.
I think it's Gordon. I think Gordon's doing it. When do we lock out machines? During shift change, during maintenance, while you're at lunch? What's that? 3%?
Wow, Jeanette running too much.
I guess we can't lock it out when we're running through lunch. Alright guys, obviously during maintenance, when you gotta go into the machines, when you gotta change blades, when you gotta do something that involves going inside the machine, right? Putting your hands in place where they can get injured. So, lockout is applied during the servicing of equipment, adjusting, inspecting, modifying, replacing parts, tool changing, clearing jams, lubricating, cleaning. Any other reasons you guys can think of? I think that covers most of them, right? There's some situations where lockout is not required. When might a machine not need to be locked out?
When Tito's trying to fix our belt, trying to straighten it up.
When Tito's trying to fix your belt and straighten it up. Why is that an exception?
Because the only way to make sure it's straight is by running it. If you don't run it, how you don't know what's going, what's the right.
Okay? Sonny, when's the time when you go lock out a machine and you have to go inside?
Changing tape.
Change the tape? Alright. What else? Jimmy? There's a time when you have to go inside a machine. You don't shut it off. It's been breaking all week, so you guys been in there a lot lately. Right? The packaging machine? Right? What's that? Film changing?
Reset on the peeler?
Resetting on the peeler? So why does it have to be on them?
We need them, they running.
It's got to be running? Alright. Normal production operations, routine, repetitive, integral to production. Guards and safety devices are bypassed. Body parts aren't placed in the point of operation or other dangerous area. And then in those cases, we need to use alternate measures for protection. So, cord and plug connected equipment. The plug is the only source of energy. The plug is under continuous control of one person. Okay, those are some of the exceptions. Energy isolation. So we accomplish this by placing locks on energy devices that physically prevent the transmission of energy. So, like an electrical disconnect, a breaker, a hydraulic valve, a pneumatic valve, a line valve. So, there's a little note here. Push buttons, selector switches, other circuit devices are not energy isolation devices. What's that mean? Frankie, what's that mean?
This means that you have to use lockable device to isolate the energy. So push button, select the switch, it will not lock the machine.
So like a light switch. When you turn off a light switch,
Yeah, that
the
would-
energy isn't isolated.
Right.
All right, it's off, but you still get zapped. That's essentially what we're saying. So if you're working on a light switch, what would you have to do? Turn off the breaker, go upstream and turn it off. Or like at the seamer, those doors being open, is that isolating the energy?
No.
No, the door being open, that's a safety device, but just opening the door doesn't mean it's locked out, right? Okay, so electrical lockout devices, so you see a lockout circuit breaker. You guys see electrical panels with the locks on them all around this place. Question 8, is this plug properly locked out? All right,
Three guys.
so why is it improperly locked out?
Because they got
Key's still in there. All right, is that that ground gonna do anything?
No.
No. They left the key in there, so, you know, a lot of people say, well, they didn't lock out that third prong. Ground ain't gonna do anything, put the keys in. Okay. Electrical lockout devices, electrical cords, wall switch. I gotta get one of those at home so my kids stop playing with the light switch. Having light switch raves in the house, you know? Fluid and gas lockout. Mike, what's that one on the right?
That's a valve.
It's a valve? Do we have those here? Do we use them?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Alright. Pipe lockout, pipe breaking. So even those have lockout devices. Physical blocks. Sometimes there's a gravity device, so keep that one coming down. Where do we use gravity devices?
What do you
Oscar? Bowling, yeah. So put the bars across. Anywhere else where we use gravity devices? Baylor. What's that? Baylor. Baylor? Yeah. All right, let's get into this. Authorized employees. They either service equipment and they're authorized to apply lockout tagout. If we issued you a blue lock, you're an authorized employee. Who's authorized? Not me. All right. Affected employee. Operates or uses equipment being serviced under lockout tagout. Who's an affected employee? The people that don't have locks and tags are affected employees. All right? But I guess everybody's affected because you're all working around that stuff. Then other employee, they work in an area where lockout tagout is being used.
No lag out.
What's that?
No lag out, tag out for my janitor room.
You just keep you keep your pen under control. All right, preferred means of controlling hazardous energy. Lockout in conjunction with tagout. Each isolation point must have both a lock and a tag. Why do they need tags on them too? Know who's in there, know who it belongs to. All right? Tags must indicate the lock holder and the date of application. Is everybody putting the date on their lock? On their tag?
No.
No. I don't think I've seen that. So, you know, might need what, those wipeable markers, erasable markers on there. So, all right, site-specific procedures. So, lockout procedures. Here's what you have to do. You have to notify employees. Okay? Edwin, if you're locking out either one, what employees should be notified?
The manner of the machine operating and net peeler beside me.
Yeah, manual operator, peelers beside you. You know, the guy on peeler 2, hey, I'm gonna be down for a while. You know, anybody around you that could be affected by the equipment. Then we shut down the equipment. Okay, we shut it down through normal procedures. So, you know, when you're operating your computer, you don't just pull the plug on the wall. You shut it down first, and then you pull the plug. So shut down the equipment normally. Then you isolate the energy. Okay, so that's shutting off your main power source. Attach the lockout device. Release the stored energy. So what's that mean? Releasing stored energy.
So basically, if it's like something that's holding air, you hit the thing or whatever, just releasing it.
Try turning it on again. You know that you're so release the stored energy. Then you verify the lockout. So verifying the lockout, try turning it on. Make sure it doesn't come back on. And then you can begin service and maintenance. Okay. Question 9. I can remove someone else's lock.
No way.
King.
3%.
It's impossible.
9%.
What?
Hey, all right.
Yeah, everybody
I
on
like when that happens. Good. When my lock is in use, where should I put the key?
In my pocket. I'm gonna see afterwards, you know, if one person, all of them got ID tags on the
No, I think you forgot to tell them, if you had 100% on every question, it was coffee and donuts for the next session. Someone just blew it.
Figure out who it is, so there'll be another injury after that. Alright. Sum up, all hazardous energy sources must be controlled, kinetic and potential. Control energy via the isolation device. Only use your designated lock for lockout tagout. So, your designated lock is only for lockout tagout. Not your locker, exactly. Thank you, Wayne. Good stuff. Tags must accompany all locks. Right, Ricardo? Right? Gotta have a tag on it, right? Okay. Now, he was just learning the other day, so. 9-step general procedure. In order to verify isolation, try turning it on again. Make sure it's off. Protection must be ensured during special situations. Is that a proper lockout?
No.
3% will say yes. Alright. Any questions, guys? Anybody else got anything? Regulatory training ain't so bad.
Yeah, I guess, I talked about an experience I had with lockout tagout. Mechanic was working on their conveyor belt, and just hit the E-stop instead of locking it out. So somebody came behind him and started the machine up. When he had his hands in there, what do you think happened? Lost his fingers, right? So you have to use the proper lockout tagout. And the thing I see most often that fails in lockout tagout is the safety start. People lock it out, they forget to try to start it. Because I've seen that happen too, where it wasn't locked out properly and somebody got hurt. So it's important to follow the steps in the procedure to lock out tagout. Because it's for your safety, right? We don't do it just because it's something OSHA says we have to do. We do it because it locks out the energy in the machine and it makes it safer for everybody to work on. So just remember that, you know, an E-stop is not a lockout, a door switch is not a lockout, any kind of switch.
What do you think the potential for a really bad injury is if you don't follow lockout tagout?
Death.
Pretty high, right?
Yeah.
So that's why the emphasis on lockout tagout. This could be a really bad situation because not locking out the power source, it could be catastrophic. Especially if you deal with electrical.
What about inside the hopper? And he did grind 1 or 2.
And you can go in that Cumberland and then on the side.
You go in that comfort level, you ain't coming out. Right?
The unit share, well, the unit share is that.
You know, and lockout tagout is always in the top 3 of the things that OSHA finds for. Alright, OSHA comes to the building, they see people working on machines, it's not locked out. Alright, that's one of the top 3 things that they find companies for. And you know, sometimes it's after, you know, they'll come in after an amputation and inspect the building, and they'll be like, well, we're not using lockout tagout. Well, what the heck do you think led to the amputation in the first place? Alright, so, you know, it's something that it's always in the top 3 every year.
Alright guys, real quick, just to add on the situations we talk about, like when Sonny and Jimmy have to do the film, the machine's still on with the door open, they do it together. So if you find yourself in a situation where you leave the power source on, because you need to do the job, make sure somebody else is there. Because if Sonny were to fall and start sliding in the heat tunnel, it'd get ugly, or just go in there to hit the button, you know. So just make sure you have somebody with you in that.